Good morning.
Good morning. And welcome to Tuesday.
No worries. How is everyone? How are you doing, Swifty?
I'm good, thanks. And how are you?
I'm good. I've got new headphones. Everything feels louder.
Oh yeah, how are they?
They're good. Yeah, I'm enjoying being able to hear with stereo is good.
That's true. My last pair of headphones, only one ear worked.
Hello, Sullivan Hyde. Hello, Hardick. And hello, Tibbs.
Hello, everybody. Hello. And good morning. Hope you're all doing super well. Excited for a wonderful Tuesday to come.
Wonderful Tuesday.
I'm animating more quick quests, trying to get this scene finished.
Why is Unity opening?
If I work hard, I think I'll be able to finish this scene today. I hope.
Which scene is this you speak of?
It's the last one, actually.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? I know, bro. It's too cool.
Close score.
2 kills for skill. That's how you know we're cool dudes. Oh no, Tim's why up so late? Why so late up?
Why so late up? Nice.
Explain. Explain!
This was my reference I was working on for a portrait.
Oh yeah, what are you up to today?
I'm probably going to continue with this portrait stuff. I think.
Yeah.
Trying to get stuff done that's character design A. It's tough.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit more to her face yesterday and I added a mouth and I decided that I didn't like the nose, so she went from not having a mouth to not having a nose.
But you know, the important thing is that things are moving. So
Yeah.
maybe next she won't have eyes.
Maybe.
But eventually hopefully she will have all the facial features needed. All the usual facial features are required. Whoa, Haddock, that's awesome! I mean, not the part about sucking at it, the part about doing it for 2 hours is awesome. Don't worry, sucking at it is the first step. Actually, you know what? The first step is sucking at it and not knowing that you're sucking at it. So the second step is sucking at it and knowing that you're sucking at it. So really, you're on the second step. Good advancement. That's great though, what awesome practice. You've reminded me that I need to do half an hour gesture drawing after this.
And Tibbs has reminded us that we need to clean.
Yes! You felt all sad and stuff. Oh no, Tibbs, how come?
How come?
I mean, it's okay if you don't want to discuss it on a stream. I understand that. You can always DM us. But if you do want to talk about it, then feel free to. We don't want you to be sad. Also, it's interesting that when you're sad, you clean. When I'm sad, I tend to just lie in the mess that's already there. Ooh, I could end the stream with gesture drawing that we could all do together. I could totes do that.
Hey.
It was cool last time when I did the gesture drawing and everyone kind of followed along.
Yeah, that was cool.
Just regular sad feelings, probably just tired. Oh, Tibbs, we love you. I hope that you get some good sleep tonight. Don't beat yourself up about anything. It's not worth it.
Aww.
Gotta take care of yourself. Let's see, I should get the storyboard for this open. So I can check that
You're following it.
Yeah, that I'm on time. I'll check I've got the right frame number in here.
Six hugs for Tim.
Yes. Plus an additional 6 for Mike and I.
Mike and I.
Our hugs count as one because we each do one arm.
Oh, okay. Does that mean we have to interlock arms with one another as well?
We have
Some
to
sort of
fuse.
hug net.
Yeah. That's a good way to describe it. We capture people within our hug net. Also, excuse my very loud keyboard.
Heart.
Part?
Yeah.
Part.
Heart.
Pop on top. Quick quests.
Whoop whoop.
That's what you want. That's what you need. Some quicker quests for you and me. Yeah, just a continual hug loop, Hardick. Stuck in the hug loop.
Yeah, he's tiny.
The hug loop. Good morning. So what's everyone's plans for today? If indeed plans you have. That happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12.
Oh, knows is why you got to be so hard.
Why'd you get to be so hard? Why'd you get to be so hard?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one.
Gonna use that snip to deal with it. Import it into my scene. That's how I do. Copy that. Oh, no. But which is the worst binary comps? Let's see. That's what I want. So 1, 2, 3, 4, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So, Hardit's gonna tie down a rough lady animation.
Animation.
Shiny is gonna finish up the colour of the whip and start on the lighting pass. Oh, that's really exciting. Lighting! Hope that's fun. Someone goes, yeah. Oh, yeah. And tips. Hopefully have no work to do at work, but don't know who else bring yourself to animate. Give yourself a break, tips. Maybe watch something that inspires you instead. Weren't you studying yesterday? Studying some animation? I'd be interested to hear about that.
From what I saw, she was replacing Violet Evergarden faces with Furikuri faces.
I remember that. That made me laugh. Okay, maybe. too fast to do this even more. Try not to get too tied down by it. Lots of study yesterday. Did you learn anything cool?
Ain't got anything to share with the class.
Alex says that the faces are sins that Tish has committed.
Nah.
They were hilarious sins though. Why sins gotta be so good?
So they're tempting.
Why do I have to be so tempting? Tiff says they're beautiful. Oh my gosh. Still haven't watched the latest episode of Violet Evergarden.
Yeah. We need to.
Yeah.
Oh, damn nose.
Nose?
Give me strength. Yeah, this nose.
Oh, but it said nose. Like,
Regular nose.
yeah, like the trolls that you hunt. Are gnolls like trolls, or are they more like goblins?
I think they're sort of doggy goblins.
Doggy goblins. Dog-obs. I love dog-obs though. The dog-obs in Secret of Mana are my favourites.
They're big hyena things. They look like this.
Oh, that's not nearly as cute as I was hoping it would be.
What, when I said doggy goblins?
Yeah, dog-obs.
Dog goblins.
I'm gonna make dog-obs a thing. You can't resist it. Try as you may. Let's have a zoom out. Everyone have a zoom out. Put it in your pocket. Don't forget to lock it.
Pop and lock it. No.
Pop it, lock it, double dock it, put it in your face. Find a giant cookie and then challenge it to race.
Tibbs learned mostly about Yoshinori Kaneda and how he completely changed the way animators were seen in Japan. How he pushed things from a very Disney school of thought into allowing every animator to express themselves above directorial control.
Whoa, that's amazing. Above directorial control. How so? Like, are people in Japanese animation just encouraged to put their own stamp on the scene, even if it's not necessarily what the director is after? Because I know that in the Western world it's very like, this is the director's vision, do what the director asks. You have to get their vision onto the screen. It's not about you, it's not about your animation. It's about the larger whole. That's the mindset we're kind of trained with.
The way you stated it there felt not cool.
It's got its own advantages. It makes a very consistent end product, which is great.
Bleh.
And learning to deliver someone else's vision and work to a style is very useful and helps develop that skill set. It helps you to replicate a lot of different styles, which is great. But I do like it. As an animator, I geek out and enjoy seeing the animator's thumbprints on the scenes. I like being able to see who animated what because of the way they've animated it.
Yeah.
It's impossible to ever get rid of that completely, but you are kind of trained to
Try to limit it.
worry more about delivering what the director wants than to necessarily putting your stamp on a scene. That's how we have the sacrifice culture of today, where animators can be recognised by their cuts. That's awesome. I mean, there are bad things about the way Eastern animation is done, such as the pay and the work hours and the expectation for the amount of time and effort you have to put into it, to the point where it can destroy the staff completely. But I do like that aspect of it, where at least the animators are encouraged to put their stamp on something.
Yeah.
I always like that. I think it makes it more interesting. You know?
Texture.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a line, such as in reanimated projects, where there's so many different styles it can be a bit distracting. But so long as people are kind of roughly on model and it's recognisable, yeah, kind of didn't still the payroll. But I like where he did contribute more artistic freedom and liberty. That's so awesome. Stanley, that's why being an animator is the best. We're all just rebels and nonconformists.
Rebels with a cause.
Pirates. Land pirates. Paper pirates.
Pirates.
Yeah, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it right. Canada, because it's not Canada, is it? But Tibbs is more into the idea that every animator should be able to bring a unique touch. Otherwise, it barely even matters who the animators were. Yeah, I mean, that's true. There is an aspect of it in Disney where, you know, more intense acting scenes will be given to the animator scenes better at those. Animal action might be given to people who are seen as better animated animals, or comedy, etc, etc, etc.
Yeah, if you have diverse voices and you have the ability to bring up, like, explore those diverse voices, you're just going to add texture. Like, if everyone's animating the same, there's just one voice.
Mm. Another interesting thing they do in Western animation is they will often pair an animator and animation team with a character, which I think is a good idea, because it means that that character acts consistently and kind of embodies that person's style and the way they've chosen to present them. Whereas I believe in Eastern animation it's more just like whatever shots we get are the shots we get.
Yeah. I don't know. I believe you.
Yeah, I don't know either. I'm going off what I've put together myself, so I don't know if it's right or not. So we should combine the best aspects of both. Maybe that someone should be us. Maybe we should try it.
That would be an interesting experiment. Wow, the next time you have a directing opportunity, you should go for that.
I guess so. Why would that ever happen?
I don't know. Future goals.
Yeah. Eastern animation will tend to give people cuts that are good at, or some productions give you a choice. Yeah, Aline. Chris was just talking to us about a really influential animator called Canada, who was kind of the first person to introduce the idea of animators bringing their style themselves to their work in Japan, or to at least encourage it to the point where it became a thing and developed into the kind of animations we see today. And we were talking about the difference between the kind of Western philosophy of blending with the rest of your team, stay consistent, keep on model. No one should be able to tell it's your work, it should work as a whole. And the Eastern philosophy in animation of being able to tell which animator did which shot because of their thumbprints on that shot. Somebody should direct all the animation. That is a lie. We all know then everything would just be on fire constantly.
The character designer usually corrects people's drawings to keep things on model when needed.
That's true. Sometimes that can be hard though. Like I've done animations before where I've done a very rough pass, or even a cleaned up pass, which is the worst, and then found something off model, and having to adjust, for example, body proportions through an animation is like a nightmare because everything gets thrown off.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how that, like, just extending the length of a limb in a walk is just gonna, like...
Yeah, suddenly every arc, like, for more complex action, it's just a complete nightmare. Like, sometimes it even feels better just to completely restart if you're going to be redrawing that limb anyway. Aline says, "Dear chat, do you have some sci-fi, people in space, space colony reference for me? I want to design a futuristic community in space, and I'm a bit stuck when it comes to costumes and environments." Oh, Aline, check out Starship Troopers.
Oh yeah.
Star Wars.
India's gay for that movie.
Yeah. Oh, is that movie have a gender? Does that?
No, but
I love it.
That's the associated feeling.
I love it. Also Star Wars. I mean, it's a conventional choice, I guess. But there's a lot of movies and there's a lot of colonies and there's a lot of planets that they all go to. So it's a great one for reference. Dune. Dune. I don't know if I'd call that space colony actually. Are you thinking like people living on a ship?
Star Trek.
Stargate? Like, are you thinking colony on a planet? Or are you thinking people living on a ship?
Stargate's just military uniforms though, unless you're talking about like the Grow or...
I have a lot of fun with Phantasy Star Online. Like, the designs are real goofy, but if you pulled them back a little bit, I can see you coming up with some really interesting stuff. A lot of it is based around kind of hexagons and the glowing lights on things. Mebius! Look at Mebius.
How
Mebius is amazing.
Fucked up this eye.
Moebius. Mebius.
Mebius is great.
Yes. I think Dune had a series, Aline. So I think that they did some designs for that. And also I think a lot of artists have just run with the idea, so you might be able to find some inspiration in other people's interpretations of it.
There's several film adaptations and there's also a TV made for TV series. Alrighty.
So Aline says people living on a giant ship. Mebius, I will write it in the chat for you. Ooh, Firefly, that's a good one.
Firefly mixes a blend of Chinese and Western.
There's not enough. There aren't enough pieces of media that I know where it's set on a ship that people live on. I want more because I've always loved that concept. I mean, there's Hitchhiker's Guide, but to be honest, I find the designs for the movie of that kind of uninspiring.
They're a little farcical.
I hope some of it helps Aline. There are a lot of anime series set in space on ships.
This is true.
Like Gundam or Nadesco. So Aline, what is this for? Is this a personal project that's happening? I feel like I've increased the size too much myself here. Take it back. Bring it back now. Bring it back down. Bring it back now. Take it back, yo. People try to put us down just cause we don't get around. Are you listening to some nice music now?
Yeah, it's like upbeat stuff. I'm just thinking about the expression, there were a lot of Chinese immigrants coming over during the Wild West era. Like, the country of the United States was just, I don't know, history or whatever, but I'm trying to think. Everyone was an immigrant, pretty much during that era.
Yeah.
Everybody was kind of flooding into
Pretty
the
much.
US.
They're all like, oh, look at this nice big bit of land with absolutely no one already living here.
The irony is the US stance on immigration is always like,
Oh, well,
that's
right. That's difficult. How far back do you want to go? Because who knows where we all started off? I mean, everybody's moved around
yeah.
a whole lot.
Well, that's the thing. It's sort of like this is complete stereotyping. This is complete just like extremes of two things. But it's just
Well,
like,
then don't do it.
it's a bad one. It's the juxtaposition of like, we don't want people coming into the country, but the somehow pride of heritage of like, I have Irish or Scottish heritage. It's just like, but darn. Yeah.
Yeah, but there are like lots of different people with different opinions.
That's true.
Some people probably aren't proud of any Scottish heritage they have. I don't know why they wouldn't be though. Scottish heritage is awesome! Scottish history is super interesting, and Scotland is a beautiful place, and you're cool.
Thanks.
Also, haggis is tasty, so I mean that kind of sells everything, doesn't it?
Haggis is an English invention, I think.
Is it? Is it an English invention that we've said is Scottish?
I think so.
Because we tend to do that. We invent things, then we're like, oh no, it was their idea though.
Actually, no. Let's see. Haggis.
Like, I think I read that we've done that with a lot of Indian and Chinese dishes on menus. Is we've just made them up and been like, this is totally Chinese. It's not, even a little bit.
The first known written recipes for the dish of the name, made with offal and herbs, are as haggis in the first cookbook Liber Curicorum, dating from around 1430 in Lancashire. So it's like completely up for debate. Like it could have been brought down from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Scotland's known for it, which is interesting. Oh, Mass Effect is a good call. It's a good suggestion. Also, Tiff's favourite director, Ikuhara, announced that they have a new series coming next year. She's very excited about it. Oh, morning, Bryony. Cardiff says, you know what's ironic? When British colonised India, they introduced railways. These railways were used by Indians to go to places for protest for boycotting British stuff. That's pretty funny. I mean, we may have invented railways, but we invented a lot of, we didn't invent them. We may have brought railways, but we have also brought a lot of rubbish stuff to other places. Some would claim beans on toast is one of them, but I will stand firmly against that and say that beans on toast is one of the best things we've taken to places.
Are you saying baked beans are British?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
You know, and that's something I can say with confidence, having looked it up yesterday to see whether Patrick would be able to get any in America or not. To be honest, what I'm saying more than that though, it's the application of beans to toasted bread. It's British. That's the sweetest of combinations. So that hand is terrible. We'll fix it.
In the UK, the term baked beans usually refers to tinned beans and tomato sauce. They were originally imported from American companies and first sold in the UK in 1886.
Oh my
God. Upmarket at Fortnum and Mason store in London as an expensive foreign delicacy.
That's so funny. So we got baked beans
from
America. They became a foreign delicacy, then turned into a staple of British food, and now Americans are like, baked beans on toast, what? Apparently America has baked beans, so it's just very different. They're very sweet. I mean, I'd argue that our baked beans are pretty sweet, but apparently they use brown sugar and stuff in them.
You do know that Heinz is an American company, right?
Heinz is a British company.
H.J. Heinz Company, or Heinz, was an American food processing company with world headquarters in Pennsylvania. It was founded in...
I googled it literally yesterday,
okay.
And it said that Heinz is a British company. I guess you can't trust the internet to give you to know everything all the time.
The Heinz Company was founded by and is named for Henry J. Heinz, who was born in the United States to German immigrants. His father was originally from...
I thought Heinz baked beans were American. Differentiateyourbusiness.co.uk. Heinz baked beans are not American, but an iconic British brand. Oh, this is the one I was showing you yesterday.
Yeah, that's someone who's...
I want to show you guys this. I want to show you guys this because it's cool. Yeah, I was looking for this yesterday, and I found this great piece of knowledge here. Heinz baked beans are not American, but an iconic British brand. It's used as an example to show how logical beliefs can blind you to opportunities which exist. There you go. Existential beans. What is it to be a human being? There you are. I won't trust everything I read on the internet anymore, despite the fact that your apparent knowledge also comes from the internet.
Yeah. So I think there might be a subsidiary that is like the UK one. Let me check.
I'm sure this is fascinating conversation for everyone.
Super, super fascinating.
Yeah, baked beans are cheap, are they? That's why they're kind of student food 101. That's awesome. Ikehara is Bryony's brother's favourite director too. That's really cool. Stanley, something wrong with McAfee. I never know how to pronounce it. I mean, I'm pretty sure my computer came with it. Oh my gosh, everyone's like, uninstall McAfee! How come?
Okay.
Trashbot says save. Thank you, Trashbot.
Uninstall all antivirus for the love of God and install malware bytes and use it only if you want to scan a USB stick or something.
Uninstall all antivirus, are you sure? Like, I'm not sure I want to, like, traipse around on the internet with no antivirus protection. Having lost a lot of computers to viruses. It's not dangerous, but it's a waste of space. And could potentially be lying to your face. You know what, Hans? You're coming with me.
Just have a good ad blocker, says Tips.
So Stein says antivirus literally doesn't do anything. Really? Are you guys sure? Because I've lost computers to viruses before.
Or is that opening attachments though, or something?
Opening attachments? What do you mean?
Did you open an attachment or install something you probably shouldn't have? And then got it?
I think one time I did, but the other time, like, just literally, I didn't install anything or download any attachments, but just being around the internet and going on pages. I ended up with something.
Alan says that's what you get going on to all those porn sites. Like, yeah.
I know, right? Porn sites, why can't you just be nice? I only watch wholesome porn.
That's such a great quote. You know, family friendly.
It just has to have good moral values and nice story and good character development.
Oh man, India directs her wholesome porno.
It would be the best. It would just be loads of animators in the room animating. You're like, what is this? Yeah, flip them frames. Faster!
Oh man.
Let's see.
I only watch wholesome porn.
uBlock Origin. And Hardik says uBlock for life. Pussyfee says, do crabs think fishes are flying? That's a really good question.
Do crabs think fishes are flying?
I don't think so. I think crabs think that fishes are swimming because crabs can go out of the water, so they can literally see birds that are flying, right? Yeah, I think it was a Trojan that got me. You just gotta give CPR to your PC. Steiny has a good point. He says he thinks crabs think that birds are swimming. Okay, well I trust you guys. So I will uninstall my antivirus software.
The way your PC acts now, it's not going to do any harm.
No, it's true. PC's basically dying anyway, so...
I'd laugh if your PC, like, sped up.
Oh, that'd be so amazing, wouldn't it? I'm not gonna hold out any hope for that though, because that's just a road to disappointment.
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
Oh.
What are you doing with your life, Mikey? What am I doing?
You quiet, you. Jeez, I was just questioning, like, one piece of art, and you're like, fucking
I'm questioning
life.
your validity.
My validity as a person.
Yeah. Justify yourself.
I remember you inviting me out
I would
to
do
a
that.
nice lunch. You wouldn't do that. And we were like sitting down. I think it was.
Oh no! I know what you're gonna say. I know what time you're talking about.
Yeah, you know.
It was at Boulder, wasn't it? It was during the last stretch of me working at Boulder.
It might have been. Yeah.
When I was debating whether I should leave or not.
Yeah, I think so. And it was like, I can't remember the exact thing you said, but it was something along the line of, what are you doing with your life? But you were kind of thinking about it to yourself, but you just looked me straight in the eye.
I wasn't saying, I'm not that cruel. I wasn't saying to Mike, what are you doing with your life? I was like, don't you sometimes like just wonder what you're doing with your life? So I wasn't that much of a bastard.
It was funny though.
But I did like do that during what was going to be a nice lunch date. It got super existential for a little while. Mike took a picture of me because he said I had crazy eyes.
Oh yeah.
And then looking back on it afterwards, I think I did kind of have crazy eyes a little bit, yeah. Windows Defender is enough. The thing about cleanup is I'm worried how much time it's going to take out of my day. Because I have so much work to do anyway, that losing a day is a difficult thing to do.
I think I just genericified her face. Fucking face proportions.
I think it's advice to live by, which is If you're on a fishy website and you need to download something, and the website has several huge, real-looking download buttons, look for the smallest and most hidden one. Yeah, pretty much. I'm normally fine with downloading the real versions of things. It's not normally downloads that my viruses come from. I don't like the thing is I don't know how a lot of my viruses actually happen. One thing that does get me sometimes actually is when I'm downloading a legitimate file, but it has one of those when you're downloading and choosing to install it, there are those tick boxes where you can install toolbars or extra stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm so busy clicking super fast through the install process because I'm impatient.
I told you that. Okay, we were out yesterday, and I told her all of her core kind of behaviors are built around the core of impatience.
Not a great trait.
Like her aggression.
I'm not aggressive. I've never. I would never be. No one would ever describe me as aggressive.
Like, okay, so here's an example to you.
Aggressively peaceful.
Right? India will be sitting working, and then she'll like get up, she'll go through, and she'll put on the kettle. So there's this moment of time where she's waiting on the kettle to boil. She will either play guitar and sing, or I will just hear the rush of footsteps, and then like she beat me over the back of the head. What you doing? Kind of like that moment.
Get into a fight. Fight me. I'm bored. Fight me.
Yeah, it's adorable, but you know, it's born out of that. Like we're standing waiting for the bus, and the bus isn't coming, and she's like, I can just see the look in your eye, where you're just like, I need to do something.
I'm bored. Everything takes so long.
Ali does the same. She has a routine where she can do something in every waiting moment.
That's great. Except my stuff normally isn't constructive. It's just like, oh, I will go and irritate Mike. See how he's doing. Whoa! Fizzy D made a Hollow Knight cosplay.
Whoa! Yeah, he asked.
Adeline saying it's smart, by the way, not impatient.
It's not impatient.
Sorry, you were saying Fizzy D?
Asked how people celebrated the Hollow Knight 1 year anniversary.
Ooh! When was that? When is that?
It was in February.
Oh, cool.
Eileen thinks irritating me is a great use of your idle time.
Oh, thank you. I see. You seem justified. You've justified me. That was probably the worst thing you could do, Eileen, is to validate my aggression. You like it though.
It's funny.
You get to beat me up too.
What? No. I would never.
Yeah, of course you do. You're good at it. But I always win. It's the important thing to know.
Tip says that she cooks using a thing called a Thermomix, which stirs and heats things at the same time, so she can just leave it for 20 minutes while she does other things.
That sounds amazing! Whoa, it stirs and heats things at the same time. That's kind of like having a clone.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
India has one of those.
A clone?
It's called, a Thermomixer.
It's called Mike.
Yeah. I did burn the sausages there. Well, I didn't burn. So I tried to use. We cook bacon in this sauce mixture called yakitori. Like a sauce. It's like a marinade sauce. It's beautiful. Tried it with sausages and it just doesn't adhere or soak in the same way. So it ends up burning and sticking to the bottom of the pan, and then burning and sticking to the sausages. It's not cool. It's not cool.
You know what's not cool?
Oh,
The fact that whenever you cook, you can't leave the food alone.
I can't leave the food alone.
Yeah.
You burned food. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the food never cooks when you're cooking it because you're so busy flipping it around and poking it and flattening it and prodding it that it doesn't have the chance to actually hit the bottom of the pan.
That's because I usually make stir fries in the air.
It's not. When was the last time you made a stir fry?
That time when I got the noodles and stuff, that was a stir fry.
What, last month?
Yeah.
For that one time.
I was taught to cook stir fries, so I stir fry everything.
You stir fried once in the past 3 months.
No, what I mean is my approach to cooking is stir frying.
Oh, I see. I'm like, just let it cook. Leave it be. And you're like, no.
Fuzzy, how did you get your Twitter suspended? What the fuck were you doing with it?
That is weird. Why did they suspend your Twitter? And yeah, of course you can send us a picture of a cosplay. I don't know how you're going to send it to us, though.
He's in the Discord.
Oh, of course. Yeah, just DM us it. I'm just used to Fuzzy D normally sending stuff through Twitter. I think we need a feather mix. We need one.
You want a Thermomix then?
Yeah, I want so many things.
We were debating getting a rice cooker, but there might be similar tools that cook rice too.
We were totally going to get a rice cooker, and then we decided that we couldn't afford to spend the money on a rice cooker and have to put it on rent. But we still have it kind of set aside for when we do have the funds.
Don't bring up Sketchbox, no.
I
spent half an hour after the stream looking and comparing.
I'm getting one of them. Whoops, that's the wrong tab. That's baked beans. I'm between Sketchbox and Scrawlerbox. You see, because Scrawlerbox is only 15 per box. So for 12 months it's 165. And you still get some pretty cool stuff in it. Sketchbox is 300 and something, I think. But I like the look of the stuff in Sketchbox slightly more. Yeah, 350. But then it also there's some really cool stuff in Scrawlerbox. And it's so much cheaper that it's can I justify spending the extra money on Sketchbox when I could just get Scrawlerbox?
Yeah, Scrawlerbox looks like it's a UK company as well, so it's cheaper for the box and it's cheaper for the postage.
Yeah, we'd have to spend an extra 10 on top of... It would be 45 for us.
Yeah, so the amount you'd be spending shipping the box to you is probably the amount of saving that you would have buying it all yourself.
I'm so sad!
I
guess I have to get Scrawlerbox then.
You're kind of be paying for the mystery.
I have to get Scrawlerbox things. I can't really drop 450 euros.
She's not buying loot crates yet.
Sims, why are you buying loot crates? Because yesterday I was talking about how much I hated loot crates.
You don't hate them, you just don't
I
want to
despise
fill your house
them.
you don't want to fill your house with stuff.
I think they're so pointless. But then someone pointed out the fact to me that there are art loot crates, and now I've completely reversed my opinion, and I've decided that I need them. So I really want a box of mystery art supplies every month. It's so cool. Like Mike said yesterday, they're perishables. You've got to use them. It's not like loot crates where I'm just going to get a bunch of stuff I didn't even want in the first place. And I'm going to end up just putting them somewhere, and then they're going to amass and take up loads of room. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like that at all. You can go into my art and I can use them. Mad excitement is the term I'd use to describe it.
That wasn't mild excitement. You blew out the mic.
I didn't mean to though. And intention is 9/10 of the law, or something.
Slimy says mystery art supplies are driving up the wall.
In a good way?
No.
But how come?
Wall driving is usually never in a good way.
The mystery. The suspense. The new art supplies.
So just like, this week I got blue paint. Now I can finally make this guy.
But it would encourage me to use blue paint, which I might not have used otherwise.
Sliny's just, that's a good, that's a kind of interesting vlog idea. Where you get blindfolded and you just randomly grab things off the art supply aisles.
Well, I was saying to Mike yesterday that an alternative is just to, like, rather than spend 15 a month on getting a crate of stuff, put aside 15 a month and then just go into an art store and spend 15 on stuff that you want to try.
Yeah.
And make your own loot crate for art stuff that you want. You do miss out on the cool discounts you get from getting it as a crate though, because the people who make the crates order stuff wholesale, which means they get it a lot cheaper, which means you often pay less for the whole bulk than you usually would if you got it elsewhere.
Yeah.
But then you don't get to choose. But then that's kind of half the fun. Is using things that you wouldn't normally expect to, that maybe means that you end up discovering something new that you never would have known about before. Or a new way to work.
I think it'd be fun to have you unbox them and then show like you having made something with it.
Yeah, I think that'd be really fun. It leads me to the point that you wouldn't want to be blind up there. You wouldn't want to be blinded in an art store because there's so many pointy things. Like you'd just lacerate your hand. But I mean, half the fun is getting stuff that you wouldn't expect to use.
Yeah.
But then because you have it,
trying to use it.
Yeah, you feel obliged to use it, so you do, and you might end up discovering something amazing that you never would have thought of.
Do-it-yourself loot crate says tips.
Because on a do-it-myself loot crate, I'd probably end up just buying the same stuff I always buy. I'd be like, I'll get these micron pens, a grey Copic marker, more pencils. It would be more like a restocking than trying new stuff. Make a video that's unboxing followed by an unboxing. Oh my gosh, Mike!
What?
No, I just got the best idea!
Okay.
Oh my god, you guys! Okay, I found the best of both worlds.
What's the best of both worlds?
Okay, so it's I'm trying to think of a good pun on the name. It's a couple's loot crate, okay?
A couple's loot crate.
Yeah, so like we each put aside 15 a month.
Right.
And then we go into an art store and we buy art supplies for the other person.
Oh.
And then we box it and exchange boxes.
Oh.
So we don't know what we're going to get, but the other person probably knows things that should be cool for us to try, or like could put in some fun stuff just because they're like, what are they going to do with this?
I like this idea.
Almost like a challenge.
Yeah.
So like we'd probably just go to town and then go into separate Ethans or something.
Yeah.
And then meet up again in an hour. And make each other loot boxes.
I wouldn't go into separate Easons. The one that's over by Stephen's Green is a much better Easons for art supplies than the one that's on the main street.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'd both go there. But maybe we could take like 2 half-hour things Brian's like, do it and then vlog it.
That'd be really fun. See, I'd like that because then it's like semi-random.
Yeah.
You know, and you can do stuff to try and push the other person out of their comfort zone, or just get them something you think is cool, but they might not treat themselves to usually. Eileen says that sounds great with like a really worried face. I don't know what you call them though. Cute crates? I don't know.
Cute crates?
Yeah, cute crates. I was trying to think of a pun on loot crate.
Oh.
Where it's like, I was trying to get in the fact that it's like we're doing it for each other.
They'd be called date crates.
Date crates! Date crates is the best! Date crates is the best! I love date crates. Let's do it.
Okay. Alright,
you guys have helped us through a combination of loot
mockery
crates
and
chastising. We found a better solution.
Oh shit. The stream just died for Space Dad. Nope, we're still live.
Cool.
Maybe it's just
secret crates, like Secret Santa? What about create crates? Or something? I don't know, that was bad.
What about a blind crate? Going on a blind crate.
I like date crates. Because it's kinda like you go out and you get to have lunch together and stuff anyway. We can just buy a box each and then reuse that every time.
Part of it could be making the box itself.
Oh, that's too cute. Put sparkles all over it. Draw Sonic on it.
You're adorable sometimes.
This box is for you, not for me. It's just like decorated with Sonic. I thought about what you would like.
It's like everything's I saw this and thought of me. Here you go.
Oh, so I think Pussy B put a link in? I'm looking. Okay, I'm gonna try and find it.
Yo.
You can't send link to YouTube.
He's done it through.
I thought you said
through,
YouTube. I thought.
Ah, cool. There it is.
Oh my gosh, Puppy, that's so cool. That's awesome.
Very cool, dude.
Nice job. That head's awesome. Yeah, it's a Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. Oh, man, then. I saw that you were talking about that in the Discord, but I didn't have a chance to actually see what it was. So it's a show. It's a show by artists for artists. Okay, what's it about? Is it like let's interview them, or let's watch them work, or this is I haven't had a chance to look into it properly yet.
Sorry, I'm reading the chat and I missed what you were saying, but Tibbs is saying, I found a dead mouse and I thought, Doig can make some very interesting things with this, so into the box it goes.
Yes. I've taken little presents sometimes. Like mice and birds. And bugs.
Space Dad is saying there's a Japanese series called Man Ben, it's by artist Urasawa Naoki, and it's a show by artists for artists. It's basically 45 minutes of footage of manga artists working on their art and talking about it. It's a pure shot talk show with some of the greatest living manga artists. Sounds awesome.
That sounds awesome. Oh, heck yes. Thanks, Space Dad. I'll definitely check that out. That sounds amazing. Yes. How in depth do they tend to go? Do they talk technique, or is it very kind of like, this is how I got into it, and this is what school I went to, and or are they like, if I tilt the brush this way and use this thickness of ink, it creates this kind of line, and I use this for when I'm doing this kind of thing. Intense art chat.
You were really fascinated by the room in the manga museum in Kyoto. They had visiting artists, and they had taken sculptures or molds, I guess, of the artist's hands holding a pencil, and there was all these different artist hands just sort of like in a room next to like descriptions of who they were, and a drawing that they'd done and like gifted to the museum.
But they were like the big guns. They were like the legendary manga artists.
Yeah.
And they had these casts of their hands, and you could see how they held the pencil and like how calloused their hands were, and it was just so inspirational and amazing to see. I loved it. I like almost cried in that room. I might have cried a little bit in that room.
Mobius's hand was there.
Mobius's hand was there. Oh my god. He actually draws his heads and characters in reverse because of right hand bias in characters facing to the right. What does that mean? Aline has so many ways to hold pencils. Really? I only have the one way. What different ways do you have? What modes do you have, Aline?
And to answer Fuzzy D, I think we will play the third content pack. When is that coming?
We wanted to play the Grim Circus one though, but we got stuck on the last boss. It's so hard.
I probably lost all ability in that game now.
I guess I'll just watch it, Space Dad, and then I'll see what you mean. Rather than trying to make you explain it all in text, which is probably a really difficult thing to explain. I'll watch the video and then I'll know what you're talking about with the right hand bias thing. So Aline holds it like a paintbrush or a magical wand. And what do you use that for? Is that for like roughing out?
Oh wow, how do you, so do you draw like an angle with the...
Thing is, I hold my paintbrushes like pencils, so... It's your favourite position, but only for very big pads of paper. I'd love to try that live drawing or something.
Is that maybe the position?
I think like that, like a magic wand.
No, that's not a magic one. That's a magic one. Like a conducting.
Is it like a conducting, I mean? Or like you're casting Expelliarmus?
Oh well, in Harry Potter they hold their wands like twats. They're like, I'm gonna fist it!
Ah, jeez, listen to this elitist wand talk here.
They hold it like they're holding a hose. So. Not all of them, but pretty sure Harry Potter does.
Aline said, I just meant hold it by the very end. See, Tibbs. Whoa, so Steiny holds a digital pen different than a regular pencil. How so? That's so interesting. Have a great day at work, Tibbs. And don't forget to take it easy on yourself. Junji Ito also corrects and polishes his hand ink work digitally. Yeah, I think that's fairly regular practice, I believe. Because if you can correct it, why wouldn't you, right? I know that Matthew Spagara works the same way. He does everything traditionally, but then he'll correct on the computer if he needs to.
Yeah. I noticed he changed a couple of panels in Coda completely from what they were on the traditional page.
Completely?
Yeah, and I noticed he also, there were instances where the character's head was really small, and then on the repass, he went in with a really fine kind of either digital brush or he went with a really fine version of it and put in a face and an expression and stuff. That was maybe like editorial though.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know which changes were him or which changes he was like, oh, the editors tell me I need to do this. It's really cool to see though.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll do for Glim, I think. Is do it traditionally and then scan it in and correct.
Awesome.
Do you still apparently hold like the writing? I hold it the same way. I feel so limited right now. Everyone's like, oh, I hold up, it's like this, I'm doing this, and like this, and I'm doing this, and this is good for this, and I'm like, I hold it the same way whether I'm writing or drawing, whether it's traditional or digital.
I hold my charcoal like this.
That's interesting. I hold my charcoal like a pencil.
Like I hold charcoal like maybe if you think about the way you'd hold a flute to get the different angles.
Mm-hmm.
But that's mostly because I'm using the side of it.
Yeah. I agree. I think I should also try some different holds and see what they're good for. Up your pencil game! Oh, is that the alarm again?
It says fingerprint for some reason.
Oh, that used to be my alarm when I went into a folder
to remind
me to sign in.
Because you would arrive around about that time.
Yeah,
right.
They have a fingerprint machine where you have to scan your fingerprints to make sure you're still you.
So you'd have to get the cloning process just so if you wanted to have a clone work in a studio for you.
Yeah, if it's not you, then they pour acid on you. So good security measure.
I see. I feel like
cool. Right. This frame is basically done.
what the hell am I doing wrong?
I don't know, what are you doing wrong? I'll tell you what I'm doing wrong. I need you to be more over to the right. Take it back now, y'all. like dancing. Makes me feel alright. Yeah. And then what next? What next, storyboard? What then? Then what? Then we're just there because of course we are. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. One, 2, 3.
I guess this could be considered tracing in a way. Really trying to, like, I really want to learn how to get faces structured properly. I need to kind of, I need to draw more heads.
Well, maybe look at what's underneath.
Yeah.
Maybe draw some skulls.
Yeah.
That's what Aline would tell you to do.
The method shows fantastic, but the act of physically seeing artists draw is what I'm finding is helping me the most right now. It started with me watching Jim Lee rough out his stuff in his Twitch channel. I'll be seeking more footage of artists working like live like that, physically seeing them working. For some reason I don't get the same effect watching digital art where I can't see the artist's hand.
Hey Roxanne!
Yo!
That sounds awesome, Space Dad. Sounds like a good feeling. I wish I felt on top of things a lot of the time, but
You're really having to push your draftsmanship to the next level recently.
to keep up with Patrick, I am, yeah. I'm trying. Like, I don't know if I'm managing to hit it, but I'm definitely trying.
I feel like this needs to round out more. It's an interesting process trying to do this visually, like just observing and then doing a rough drawing over it and comparing how my proportions have
Changed?
yeah, how they kind of slide around, how my perception of it is flawed, and then trying to pull it more in line with that.
Are you laying them over one of the top?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I can't speak.
So
you know
what
what I mean?
Yeah, what I did was a rough kind of tracing of what I see as the overall shape of the face, and then I brought the tracing over and matched it, and now I'm aligning my painting features to be along the lines of that,
That's interesting.
rather than a straight one-to-one, like I'm trying to learn. So
Is Crypto a lot easier to use in Toon Boom? Actually, I'd say they're about the same. They're both just very different. Like Toon Boom has the capability to do 2D rigs and puppets as well, and has some compositing stuff built into it, which is pretty cool. It allows you to do things like Z depth, which is the third dimension, so 3D space. So it allows you to set out your layers almost like they're a paper set where you can bring things forward or backwards in space, and then when you move the camera they have parallax on them and stuff. But to be honest, what I primarily use it for is just hand drawn animation. So I just go in frame by frame and draw in every frame. So for that, I'd say they're about even, because that's Krita's speciality, is just frame by frame going in and drawing. So long as I can see a timeline, and so long as I have a pencil to use, I can animate pretty much the same in both of them. I guess maybe Toon Boom's a little bit easier to draw in because it uses vector brushes, which means that you can adjust easily your animation afterwards by moving the lines around. Whereas Krita is raster based, so whatever you put down, every time you move it will decrease in quality, and you can't select individual lines.
Well, if you move and scale it, then it will rejig it. If you just move it, it'll be a translation. It'll stay the same.
Alright, okay. I think I've noticed the quality dip even when you just transform. I mean, even when you just translate it.
Really?
Yep. If you do it enough.
That's not cool.
I prefer Krita's brushes to Toon Boom's brushes, but that's just because I really like brushes that have a kind of sketchy feel, and Toon Boom's brushes are all very digital feeling. And that's about it. Yeah, they're both different for they're better for slightly different things. But in terms of hand drawn animation, I think they're about the same difficulty. That's cool, Space Dad. His anatomy study is him essentially preparing for Steve Ann's course.
Okay, so he's going over the things by Loomis and various artists to get more on board with that. I should do that.
We should all do that. If only there was infinite time. If only practice time didn't take away time from projects. Toon Boom's brushes are vectorish, yeah. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I've heard TV Paint is good, but TV Paint is probably actually the most expensive one at the minute. Because with Toon Boom you can get a subscription instead, which means it's a bit cheaper if you're only using it for a couple of months.
Oh, okay. I wasn't perceiving it before, but there is a ever so subtle head turn. So like her head is just slightly turning to the left that I wasn't putting into my drawing.
Oh, right. That's interesting that you didn't see that. Did you just see it as being front on?
I didn't see it. I didn't perceive it as like, oh, this is just a front on. It's just as I've been drawing it, I have like not accounted for it. You know, like I've kind of not brain dead did it, but I like didn't draw it with that mindset. I was trying to draw the face, the features, but not the whole form and the construction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Looking like biggest to smallest. Yeah, Aline, I agree. Practice getting with projects is a big struggle. Like, sometimes you want to just sit and study anatomy so that you're better for the project, but at the same time the project needs to be done. And you're taking time away from the project by studying. difficult juggling act.
I think there's something to be said about like the webcomic format where artists start out drawing a story and the characters, and over time their ability to draw them and the way they approach things changes, so the style changes and everything kind of gradually alters.
I mean, are you referring to practice or?
Yeah, like they're practicing drawing them over time and learning from each one.
That is just them doing the project though.
Yeah.
That's not them taking the time out to do just practice.
No, it isn't. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, what are you saying?
I'm saying that, well, Aline said that's one of the things where practice gets in the way of projects.
Mm-hmm.
But for an extended project like a webcomic, the practice is inherent in doing it repeatedly, and therefore you can see that artists that have been practicing drawing the same characters for a long time, if they just started and they start publishing, they're showing their practice through their project, and their project morphs and changes based on the things they've learned.
Well, I agree that just like drawing the webcomic over and over is practice in itself. I think that taking external practices like anatomy study is helpful and stops you from, for example, if your practice is the project, any mistakes you're making with that project are just going to be perpetuated.
Yeah.
And enlarged.
In public.
Mm-hmm. Whereas if you take the time out to learn anatomy, then you might change the way that you do it in a better way. But then you're also taking the time out of the time you could be spending doing the webcomic itself.
Yeah. But if the webcomics are being published weekly or whatever, then any practice that you do, whether on the webcomic or not, will be reflected in the changing nature of the webcomic.
Yeah, but the thing is, can you get the webcomic out on time if you're spending time practicing instead of doing the webcomic?
True.
That's the discussion, I think. Aline says she thinks the art changing along the way significantly would bother her. That's really tough, Aline, because that's going to happen. I don't think there's a way to stop that happening. I think you should be more worried if that doesn't happen, in a way.
It's what? If that doesn't happen?
Aline is saying that she thinks the art changing significantly would bother her.
Right.
And I'm saying I think that it would be more of a warning sign if the art didn't change.
Yeah, I would say so. Like if it improves, then I'm all for it.
If it goes downhill, then that's worrying.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a significant change between book 1 and book 2 of Glim.
I hope so.
For the better.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope it will feel looser and more natural. And I hope the environments will have more personality. Just art-wise, that's to say nothing for the storytelling.
Oh, I think it's apple cake, y'all.
What did Apple Cake say?
Oh, Elaine brought apple cake.
Oh, thanks, Elaine. That's delicious. That sounds delicious! drew that sleeve a bit long. I want to leave it too short.
So much goddamn snow. Did you manage to play any Monster Hunter last night, Elaine? How's reading?
We got to play together for the first time. And it was thanks to you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for that. We had real fun. We were kind of tired and it was kind of late when we were playing. So it wasn't too long a session or anything. But we were excited to try it together for the first time. And hunting together was really fun.
Yeah, I like dropping in on your Paloma fight.
Yeah, that was really, really cool.
She got the dumbest helmet. It's a wiggler hat. It wiggles. Nice.
That is awesome. I didn't even think about like killing the wigglers and like carving them, but I bet I could with a bow.
Oh, you could, yeah.
We're not gonna get away. Oh my gosh, his hand. Oh. It's like you do it rough and it looks okay, and then you clean it up and you're like, this looks awful.
Yeah, I think it's because you take out all of the possibilities of what it could be down into one, and like that's just a reduction in potential, you know? It's hard to make something that excels the kind of ambiguity and possibility of a rough drawing. It's like it's got stored kinetic energy that you remove by reducing what it could be into what it is.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Definitely feels like the movement on life gets stilted.
I think that's a good analogy. I will keep that. I think maybe this eye is slipping out too far and needs to be narrower. Oh, okay, Space Dad. Hope you have an enjoyable time doing anatomy drills tomorrow.
Bye bye!
Take care, Hardik.
Night night.
It's a special event quest. You capture them, says Elaine.
That's so cool! I'm going to check that out. We'll check out the event quest.
Alan says, that reminds me, yesterday in comics class we had to design some imaginary giant creatures from Mars.
That's cool.
Oh, Elaine says she sent me a picture of the done thing.
I need it. I need it. I need it.
That's great.
It's important that I have it. It's really important.
I love that. It's got buttons right.
I love it so much. Wiggle a plush, please.
A wiggler plush.
How cool would that be?
Wiggler plush.
I still really want a Kezzy plush, but no one makes them.
Elaine says her sister and I are going to quest together wearing them. Oh man, I want to get those too.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
I made a squad last night, Elaine, called the Peg Bar. So I'll, again, like next time we play together, I'll invite you.
Yeah, so anyone in the Peg Bar is welcome to be in the Peg Bar squad.
Yeah. Animators that hunt together, hunt together.
Yeah.
So it looks like I wonder.
Do you ever wonder? Jabba jabba jabba. Winja won't when you be my boy. Won't you shimbala booba?
Shimbala booba.
Yeah.
You want me to shimble your booba?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure if I want to either.
Sure.
So the giant creature that Aline was struggling with a lot, she had an idea about it. I'm going to have some kind of giant tentacle eye staring at the cosmonaut, where the whole creature is under the sand, which reminds her of a creature they made called a cosmopod. Oh, that reminds Steiny of a creature he made called a cosmopod. So we only know how big it is by the lump bump it does. And she solved her design issues. It's covered in sand.
I like the thought of it being like a trapdoor spider.
There's a creature in Secret Mana that's kind of like that. Sort of like spider crabby.
I was thinking more of Shadow of Colossus. Colossus, where it's buried under the sand and only its eyes poked out. And it's like a giant worm. And it follows you around and you have to run away from it on your horse. And you look behind you and there's just this face, like just eyes coming out of the sand as it follows you, and it's so frightening. That sounds really cool, Aline. So how would it attack its prey?
And what would its prey be? People?
Is it friendly?
Oh, it'd be really nice if it was friendly.
Ah, I hope it's friendly.
I was like, I should play more video games. You could maybe watch a video of someone else play that fight.
Yeah, you absolutely could. Like, there's loads of Let's Plays of Shadow of Colossus happening at the minute because the HD remake just got released.
Oh, Eileen's is friendly. Freaky,
Aww.
but friendly.
That's awesome.
I like that.
I'm so happy. I was worried for a minute. Sounded scary.
Yeah, but if you're watching the video to study it, maybe you'll have more interest.
That's true. You just need to watch it for like a couple of seconds to see. In fact, let me just show it to you. And then you don't have to worry about it. You done seen it. Here we go.
Sure.
So let me just full screen it so you can see it properly. So this is it following him.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, and it's just scary. It's just scary.
Is that the remake or the old one?
It's a remake, I think, because look at the way the sound's distorting.
I can't. It's hard to see from this angle.
But yeah, that's it basically.
Steiny had an idea to make a life form for a story that was a conscious mass of fungi that was highly intelligent.
Sounds like me.
So while they create or build anything, its collective mass would be capable of solving mathematical problems and discovering more mental concepts of the world around it. How much have you played of? Well, first off, this is super cool. Like a fungal or fungi supercomputer.
Sounds like a fun guy. I'm sorry.
How much of Hollow Knight have you played, Steiny? Because they have a whole Mushroom Kingdom thing going on in that.
Okay, that's a zoom in. Gotcha. I will rely on you to zoom in, Mike, but I'll tell you where it is. Because I can't zoom in on Krita.
Sure.
There are camera controls. Yeah, I mean, it's decidedly less friendly than yours probably would be. I'm just copying Baloo. I know.
How dare.
I know.
I don't know how many. Let's go back a couple layers. She's got a nose here she didn't have before. Yeah, probably around there. Do you want to see the difference the stream
Yeah.
has made? Like, this is where I started from. That's where she's at now.
Oh, it looks great. Much nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I liked it before.
Yeah, but it was just kind of.
She's got a different look. She looks more serene before. But definitely, like, the face construction and everything is much better now.
Yeah.
Nice job.
Still not one to one with the reference, but I'm trying to, like. You know what? She's kind of a mix between the reference and a little bit of you, I guess.
Me?
Just a little.
How? Where?
I don't know. I think everything I draw is a little bit like you.
No.
Even
I'm a
the
goblin.
bed. You're not a goblin.
I am. I'm a hobgoblin. Who wears a beanie hat forever has won.
After Effects is. I don't know enough of After Effects to feel like it's a smart people tool. Obviously.
You use it and you're a smart person.
Yeah, but I don't find it complicated.
That's because you're smart. I do. I find it very complicated. I open it, then I scream and run away.
Yeah, but I don't do anything complicated with it. Like, it has 3D cameras. It has some particle effect type stuff. It has a whole bunch. I just don't use anything of.
That's because you're smart.
I'm smart by not using it. That doesn't make any sense.
Choose when to use it.
Oh, mostly if you use it, you're smart because it makes things easier than rendering by hand.
That's true. That too.
I've not seen the My Moon chart. No. Oh. Okay, looks gorgeous. Okay. Did you just like close in the cafe thing?
Oh yeah, have fun.
Because I'm just like, I saw that, it was McAfee burning on fire.
I know, it does keep popping up and being like, hey, we need to update, do you want to restart? I'm like, no, stop asking.
Oh, I did see that. You're telling me this was all made in After Effects? Surely they drew stuff not in After Effects?
I don't know, dude. Wow, that's incredible. Because you remember that guy who took our painting from Frostlight and animated it in Italian After Effects?
That's true, yeah.
This is amazing. Oh my gosh, it's beyond gorgeous.
It's kind of like if Steven Universe backgrounds had their own baby.
What's the Kickstarter for?
My Moon is a 7-minute 2D animated short film about Earth, Moon, and Sun depicted as human relationships. So I guess the Kickstarter is to make the 7-minute version.
Right, is that all they have so far? Because that looked like it was clips from something bigger. You know?
Yeah, I think that's the clever way you do a Kickstarter trailer.
Yes, I want to help them make that. That's incredible.
Oh, they've got an After Effects animation walkthrough. Okay, I'm
Yes.
watching this.
Yes!
I'm watching this now, fuck it.
Thank you, Elaine. Can anyone else hear it though? Does it matter?
They're not, there's just music that's
Okay.
playing
No worries.
and text. Each right hand is separated and stuff. Right, okay. Holy shit, okay.
It looks incredible. The animation is so gorgeous. I hope I can do animation that gorgeous hand drawn someday.
It's really clever.
Maybe this can give us some ideas for how to handle the next project we're doing.
Oh, thanks for the follow, Carlos. Yeah, yeah.
Because there are certain parts of that we don't know how to animate.
Very true. Oh, they use a bunch of mesh warp. Okay. Oh, Carlos the Earthling is asking whether the chess piece you're working on is in emote. It's the last scene in a short animated intro to a Let's Play that we're making together. I have that here.
Yeah, so we're making a little series of Let's Plays called Quick Quests, where we just spend 1 or 2 episodes of looking at a game rather than doing an entire series on it. And I want to do an animated intro for it, so I've done Mike and me as kind of RPG characters, and we go on a super quick quest in the intro animation. And I'm actually animating the last shot of it just now. So we're getting there, slowly but surely.
Yeah, let's see. So this is the master. You can see in the bottom left the animatic that India's working to. Sorry, it's on the 3rd quality, like the full quality is a bit sharper. It's a bit more like that.
Also just cool music.
There's pretty cool music. Which is off at the moment, I think, because it's ridiculous, but yeah. This is the sequence so far. It's gonna render it out, so it's gonna be a bit choppy, and then I'll play through it properly again. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We do have our chat connected to YouTube as well. We're currently streaming on both Twitch and YouTube at the moment.
YouTube's kind of where we started the channel. We're kind of expanding outwards to Twitch. So apologies for not having any full graphics or anything ready.
So yeah, that's what India's working on. So she's doing this scene here. I think you just finished kind of animating the spin.
I did, yeah, so the spin's in. And I can show you that in a sec.
Yeah.
Just drawing this arm. Just drawing my 2 other weapons arriving at the chest. Ooh. There we are. So here's the... I have to do the weapons appearing in their hands properly.
It's so cool.
Thanks, dude. But yeah, this is getting to the chest. Get to the chest, the object of the quest.
Yeah.
Final shot.
So the idea behind it is they're busking, or not busking, they're kind of begging for quests. Like, give us a quest.
For some reason, we're not very popular.
And then open it up for a quest. Could maybe write something on there so it's not just a blank piece of paper. Maybe not. There's not really time to read it. So.
You could put something on if you wanted. Just put some scrolls to indicate some kind of writing.
And then they're at the quest counter. It's kind of being like, please approve our quest. And she's like, okay. Just to get rid of them. And they're on the quest. Then they fight in a monster. Boop, boop. Gonna hit him in the face.
It's all like, it's only 12 seconds long, I think, or something.
Yeah.
When all is said and done.
But 12, 13 seconds maybe?
12-second quest. During which time we receive the quest, approve the quest, go on the quest, complete the quest, and then get the rewards.
And the reward is the episode that you watch at the end.
That's why it's a quick quest. Thanks, Bryony. Joshua says, remember to save.
Oh, remember to save. Saving.
That broom changes dimensions to fix it.
A brim, 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 brim.
Brim, 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 brim.
So how are you, Carlos? If you're still watching, what do? Do you animate? You're an artist yourself? And Fujikado says, to be honest, I like limited animation more than full on. That's cool.
That's awesome. You and Tibbs would get on. Tibbs is also a fan of limited animation. I definitely like the way it has punch.
Yeah. I think you can do a lot of comedy with limited animation.
Yeah, it's a lot clearer. Somehow. Like, you don't fudge it up with tons of in-betweens. It's very clear and readable and to the point.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes animatics are so much funnier than the final thing. It's when people animate it in full, the comedy is often lost.
Yeah. I think that's something to be said, like less is more.
When it comes to comedy, I really think it is. I think that's why those kind of shock gross out frames work so well in stuff like Ren and Stimpy and SpongeBob. It's so clear, direct to the point, inescapable and completely unexpected.
It's usually accompanied by a sharp sound as well.
Yeah.
Like, you probably wouldn't get the comedy if it was like da 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 da. It's more like bang.
Yeah, it's like half horror, half comedy. Comedy, discuss.
I was watching some video analysis of Shining, which is not a comedy.
No, not even slightly a comedy.
But they were, I think it was Super Eye Patch Wolf was talking about how I watched 2 in succession, so I may be like just remembering. But
gotcha.
one or the other said that The Shining as a horror movie went away from traditional formats and approaches, which for like jump scares, they sort of have the character both be shown to be scared and the thing that being scared by in kind of like one, they're scared, you see what they're scared of, you're both scared at the same time. Whereas in The Shining, they often show the character's reaction and then they pull it out where they're still reacting to it and you still don't know what they're reacting to, and then they show it, and it's less a jump scare and more of sort of like you're just seeing there's this tension that builds where they're afraid of something and reacting to it and you don't know what it is.
I can see how that would be really terrifying. Like, I don't want to see, don't show me. Oh god, what is it?
Yeah. And another aspect to The Shining is often they're very in horror movies or things that are meant to scare you, there's very like quick cuts and like really to keep up the frantic nature of it and like close-ups of the characters' faces, whereas in The Shining everything is like wide angle lens pulled out, long slow shots that drag, always just showing you like these characters are alone, they're in this huge empty space.
Well, that's really interesting because The Shining is known as one of the scariest films, and yet it completely breaks the convention we just said, which is that I'd say horror. I would also say less is more.
I really enjoyed the fact that Stephen King, the guy who originally wrote The Shining, doesn't like Kubrick's version of The Shining movie.
Yeah.
And one of the quotes attributed to what he said about it is, it's a movie that looks like it was set out to hurt people. And just thinking about it, like, that's sort of said as a condescending or a criticism of it. But if you really think about what a horror should do, it should emotionally affect you.
Yeah.
And if you went through trauma, that's like emotional harm.
I guess, I don't know. Like, I have a lot of respect for Stephen King. Like, it's fair to not like something that someone else has made out of your thing.
Yeah.
Like, just because that thing's success doesn't mean you're not right. Then again, I've never read the novel, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think it takes liberties away from the novel. I've never read it either. But just the fact that if the movie does hurt people, and it has a lasting impression on you and it haunts you, that's kind of a success if that was the aim. So it's both a criticism if it's just like, this just hurts people when they watch it. You can say it with a tone like, it just hurts people.
Well, it depends what you mean by hurts people. Like, you don't want to genuinely hurt people.
Yeah.
You don't want to actually traumatize people. Like, people watch horror movies because they're meant to be fun as well, right? It's fun to be scared. If it was nothing but a horrible experience, people wouldn't do it.
Yeah. People's success, like Whiplash.
Rita! Hey, Rita!
Oh, hello. Oh, hello there.
How are you?
How's it going?
How do you do?
But yeah, another thing that I learned from it. I'm just telling you stuff that I learned. You should go watch the video. It's really cool.
That's cool.
I'll link it. I might link it in the description of this.
Or just link it in the chat.
I have to go find it now.
Okay.
One of the things they mentioned is that the film is shot with like wide-angled lenses, but the same lenses were also used for close-ups of the characters.
Right.
And of the actors, and what it meant was that their faces were distorted in such a way that they became more, less appealing, that they looked more crazed because of the way that the angle would change and lengthen the features and stuff.
Oh, that's really interesting.
So
they didn't flatten them out, they
deliberately, like, their faces were a bit elongated, their nose protruded more.
That's awesome.
Just all these very deliberate, carefully meticulous ways to unsettle you. Yeah, it's a really good video essay. Here, Rika says, I'm alright, ... holding on to my coffee, ... just started checking flight options.
Ooh.
Is this a new Rika adventure?
Rika adventure! Traveling to the ends of the world! Yes, I am lovingly touching the chest. On the next frame I'll be caressing it even more.
Oh, Doggo being yeah, I got the email. We got the email. Brian. Brian is asking Rika if she got the Doggo Zine PDF email. And,
yay!
we got it.
Doggo Zine, Doggo Zine, Doggo Zine, Doggo Zine. Yes. Rika, by the way, just wondering, when would be the earliest you would be happy to move somewhere? Just asking. Just so I know if it's like worth informing you about certain stuff. I mean, we'll probably inform you anyway, but.
Rika says,
Ooh. Let's all together buy a house in the wood. Aline, you don't even know how much I want to do that. That'd be so cool.
but which would?
That one. That sounds like the best wood. Where do you live? Which wood?
Oh, I live the witches. So.
I live in which wood? This kind of music makes me feel like dancing.
The magical wood.
It would be if we were there.
You can buy a house in Eastern Europe for 200 euros.
Don't even. I would. Is it in the woods though? It's important. It's important to me.
We could all just move to Sweden.
Can we have a house made of baked goods? We can, but I can't guarantee it would last more than a couple of days. India, are you eating the roof again? No.
India, why is there rain on your hair?
It's syrup.
It's syrup. The playlist on in the background is one that I put on every stream now because it's just generally good.
It's happy.
It's called Upbeat Instrumental Work Music. Background happy, energetic, relaxing music for working fast and focused. So,
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's intense.
It's got everything that you would probably search to find this music in the title. And it's 1 2-hour video, so it's good.
Oh, that'd be so great. Break off a bit of table, dip it in your tea. Hungry? Just eat your mouse.
Like, this is the music playing. It's good, huh?
It's cool.
It's good stuff.
It's happy and motivating. I like it. Not exactly sure about how I'm drawing my shoe here. Just stick really close to the storyboard and see what happens. But yeah, Rachel, seriously, like, when's the earliest you feel able to move from where you are to somewhere else?
Alternatively, when is the earliest you want to start paying rent on a home bed elsewhere? Grammarly? No, skip it. It's gonna move on to a cheerful and upbeat music.
Lucky.
Thanks. Which apparently I've already listened to an hour of, so it's got 10 minutes left of this.
Well, we probably should head off anyway.
Yeah.
Considering it's past 9. It's much past 9.
Oh, it is. Wow. Okay. My clock is covered by a speaker. happier with where this has progressed to.
Good. That's great. It's looking really good. You think May? Okay, cool. Okay, May, we will keep that in mind. We have to look for stuff for the beginning of April, but we'll bear that in mind when looking for the number of bedrooms. I know, Rake is amazing. She's like a grasshopper hopping from place to place. I really like that you're always on the move and seeing new things.
Man, I love tilt shift stuff. This video that's playing just now has a really cool like shot of a bridge.
Uh-huh.
And it's got like tilt shifts on it, so all the cars and everything is sped up and it looks tiny. I love stuff like that.
Very cool. Anywho, I'm sorry, we should go. I'm getting caught up in adjusting this eyebrow.
I was gonna see if there was a I was letting the Rika conversation play out, but it's probably best to do not in stream.
Let's see, I might be able to join in during April. We'll see, let me know what you're thinking of, because if I move somewhere, I'll have to find a job soon with no current source of income. Okay, no worries. We'll give you a message, probably sometime today, and let you know what's going on and what we're thinking. There's some exciting stuff which has happened with us, which we'll tell you about, and we'll hear about what your plans are. Aline, if you're really, really, really super serious, as in prepared to move within the next couple of months serious, let us know. Aline says, why do I have debts instead of savings? If not within the next couple of months, Aline, I'm sure in the future this thing is going to happen.
Yeah, we're set to move.
We have no choice. We have to. We have to. There is not the money not to move. Okay, this is what we have so far. Again, at the beginning when they get the weapons, I need to do some edits on that. But the turn and the end bit that I'm working at the minute is probably going to be pretty much what it is at the minute.
Sweet. Yeah.
That's the way I get us over to the chest in the fastest way possible.
It works.
Yeah, so long as it works.
Nice.
Alright.
Cool. Thanks
Yeah.
everyone for joining, and we'll catch you tomorrow.
Yep, we'll be here, same time, same place.
Same
People.
banter.
Yeah, everyone have an awesome day.
And may the rest of it
Be
be
filled with adventure. Thank you, Rika.
Oh, thank you.
Have a lush day. Bye bye.
Bye bye now.